We've talked about object and subject pronouns, and we've talked about verbs. In today's lesson, we're going to put these two together. In English, most sentences have a subject, a verb, and an object. But we don't always need an object. For example, I sometimes exercise. There's no object, but the thought is complete. And in some cases, the verb is all we need to make a complete sentence. Like when someone tells you, wait. There's neither a subject nor an object, but you understand exactly what they mean. So out of those three, the verb is the most important. Without it, there's no complete sentence. However, when the sentence has a subject and a verb, the verb must always match or agree with that subject. This is called subject-verb agreement. If the subject is singular, then the verb will be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb will be plural. This rule sounds simple, but it can be very confusing at times. First, the pronouns I and you are singular, but they follow the rules of plural nouns, which means the verb will always be in its normal form. Secondly, singular verbs always end with an S, which is confusing because it's the complete opposite of what we know about nouns. Finally, we can't just add an S at the end of a verb to make it singular. We need to follow some very specific rules, and here they are. If the verb ends with a consonant followed by a Y, we'll need to remove the Y and add IES at the end. I carry, he carries. You cry, she cries. They fly, it flies. If the verb ends with a vowel followed by a Y, we'll just add an S. I play, he plays. You say, she says. We stay, it stays. If the verb ends with an O, CH, SH, S, X, or Z, we'll need to add ES at the end. I do, he does. You teach, she teaches. They wash, it washes, and so on. For all other singular nouns, we'll just add an S. Now here are some other rules you'll have to pay attention to. When there are more than one nouns joined by or, we'll treat the subject as singular. John or Sally works at that hospital. Some nouns are always singular, even if they describe more than one thing. Like anybody, everybody, anyone, everyone, either, neither, no one, nobody, somebody, and someone. For example, everyone enjoys music. The last rule I want to talk about today is something you have to be very careful about, and that is the noun directly in front of the verb is not always the subject. Consider this sentence. One of your friends goes to that school. The subject here is one, not friends, but many English learners might be tempted to say, one of your friends go to that school, because they feel like the subject is friends. I know it's a bit confusing, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. So let's practice. Complete the following sentences with the correct form of the verb. Mark likes cars. Sandy and Kate go to school together. The baby cries every 10 minutes. Neither of us watches that show. We eat together every day. Did you get them all correct? Great. If you enjoyed today's video and found it useful, remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. That's it for our class today. Catch you later.